I was on my way back from college to get ready for Christmas Eve. Before I got on the road, I checked the weather. All day it was cloudy, but there was nothing about rain, snow, or anything. I didn't want to go home because I wanted to stay with my girlfriend, but my mom was so insistent that I had to. I checked under the hood like someone with OCD because I didn't want to caught up in the middle of the forest. Even more so at night. Everything was okay, apparently, so I hit the road. Even though it wasn't a very long trip, I had to be careful the whole time. The road was in the middle of a forest. To be honest, it feels creepy every time I step inside this place. I set the time so I could get through the woods before it got dark, but I couldn't. I stuck in traffic just before the city exit. It was a massive one. For the first time in my life, I even cursed myself for choosing a manual car. Even though it was late, the road was completely empty. Why would that happen now, in this time of year, when everyone is getting ready to go home? I have no idea. I didn't get a healthy vibe out of all this. It is a spooky place, to be honest. I was kept going that I saw those dark clouds, and it has got really cold up here. What was happening? I got really nervous. I always felt like something bad was going on. I felt it deep down in my heart. And now, the snow. The road curves and stretches, but it doesn't look like it ever ends. It was hard to look forward because the snow was so heavy. Not usually Google makes such mistakes. What was this all about? This was a nightmare. A bad dream that doesn't seem to finish. I pulled over slowly. I was thinking about how a poor, miserable creature I am. I was almost in tears. I was scared. I was lucky though. I could have slipped on this icy surface quite easily. Also, my town was close, just around the bend, maybe 10 or 15 miles away. I had to do something to get myself motivated and chose to change the tire myself. I thought, I go to college. I can do things by myself now. I'm a man. So I put on my hoodie and jumped out of the car to get the spare. I got a rush of adrenaline, put the jack under the car and twisted the shaft. Surely I could do this. I tried to turn the screws. I felt confident. It's going to be fine. I'm a man. I looked down at the wheel, cursing sometimes, spitting. I was soaking wet and cold. I didn't care about anything at that time. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be home soon. It was so cold, and time went by slowly while I was thinking about these things. I was almost there. It was the last screw. Damn. Where is it? I couldn't find the screw. It was right there in front of me. What happened to it? I wasn't sure, but I think it slid into a side road. I felt terrible. I flashed the light on my phone, looking for that last chance to get me out of here. Wait, what is that? A little girl was standing in the middle of the road looking at me. She was drenched to the skin. She had hair all over her face. It was also far enough away that I couldn't see her properly. What she was doing there, I don't know. I called her a few times, but she didn't answer. I ran to my car to get my extra hoodie to give to that poor girl. When I came back, she wasn't there. I looked everywhere to see if she was still here. Yelled, "Where are you?" a couple of times, but no one replied. I thought I had a terrible cold. It's likely that she was just a vision or something. I went back to where the car was. I decided to keep going without that last screw. I just bent down to put away the jack and other things when I heard someone whisper my name. I was shocked. What was happening? Who was that? Even though I was in shocking panic and scared nearly to death, I just turned around and kept looking into the woods. I saw that little girl standing there behind a tree, not too far away from me. I was horrified as I stood there looking at her. My bones were all shaking. What the hell is this? It wasn't just her. They were right in front of me in large numbers, facing toward me, looking at me straight in the eyes. I ran into my car and turned the engine on. It didn't work. I was terrified. I could feel the pain of contractions in my neck. I understood that I couldn't even blink, and my teeth were grinding on each other. It was weird I didn't notice that. They were getting closer and closer. Oh my God. I was safe now. I was going home. Later, I shared the story of my father. He was surprised, since he said he saw the same thing many years ago in the same location. Later that time, he had grabbed a gun with a bunch of his friends and looked for that weird thing. He couldn't find anything though.